So I was just chilling one day and I had a thought. There's so many of these big name streamers that have so much commentary on gaming, but they weren't really a part of the gaming community. They're just like PC players who just like pretend to know they don't know anything. So I decided to start a little series of what happened to gaming. Since there's a whole bunch of game historians, I like to think of myself more like a game sage, a storyteller, if you will. Somebody who lived through it and can just tell you straight up what happened. I'm not one for scripts, so all this is going to be off the cuff, so sorry if it seems a little bit unorganized, but it is. Alright, so let's get to it. You see, 7 moons ago, what it meant to be a gamer is you overcame challenges, you beat that boss. You went and told your friends, hey, if you do this, go to this place, hit up, down, left, right, square, square, square. You found that because you discovered it or somebody else discovered it. Shared knowledge between gamers. It was magical. It was beautiful. Between trophy hunters, grinders just to hit level 99 in that RPG or whatever, or MMO. And like I said before, just finding secrets. Being a gamer used to come with credentials. When you met another gamer, you might have played different genres of games, but you could always respect the challenges that another gamer went through. Like before people start being fake upset over women's bodies, and it doesn't help that there are some people on the internet, on both sides, male and female, that completely just fucked it up with like stupid takes. Not even stupid takes, it's just pure ignorance of the medium and narcissism. The downfall of gaming not only came with the modern era of Karens, the other side of the coin, the Kyles, like dudes that had never been popular, didn't have many friends, and just like Karens, these Kyles don't understand social cues, social rules, so like they don't understand people. They think they can take their video game pattern recognition and apply it to real life and think it works the same as ones and zeros. So all will automatically end up at this point, but it's like, no, real life, there are known unknowns and there are known unknowns. Did I just say the same thing twice? What'd he say?
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Simply because you don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
What?
What country you from?
What?
What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English in what?
What?
English, motherfucker! Do you speak it?
Yeah.
So you understand the words I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
What?
Yeah, that. Typically now they just your typical streamer in their echo chamber on stream. They want, like I said before, they want to be liked by a bunch of dudes, and they want to see the bunch of dudes in chat going, yeah, bro, based, da 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 da. But stepping outside and like having social interaction with people is like a heart-wrenching trial for them. That's why they have all these ignorant opinions, because they're just chronically online. They don't understand women's opinions. They don't even understand other men's opinions. They're just overly horny dudes who think more horny equals good. So why not more horny? And if something's not good, then it's because it wasn't horny. Like, these are the dumbasses that are the biggest voices in the spaces right now. These are like what we call keyboard warriors back in the day. It's cool when nothing ain't happening to them, but as soon as they're the slightly inconvenience, even verbally, all hell breaks loose. It's the end of the world. These Kyles and Karens are the issue with Hollywood, gaming, and streaming today. And they are just as bad as the Karens because they're like literally as counterproductive to the evolution of the gaming industry. Like, that's why I said same coin, different side. Like, These people are literally just as bad as them. They do not care about the medium, they don't care about people. And then when it's all said and done, and when a real life event hits them, they're all confused, they don't know how to think, they don't know how to process it. They got all these hoops of logic to hop through. They make you look at 7 different rings to make you forget the point in the middle. And that just changed games as they came in waves. They failed to infect gamers, so they went for Hollywood, they went for media, and then they could work their way into gaming. All this happened to gamers before. It just used to be puzzle solvers, challenge overcomers. So when they tried that back then, it didn't work. Before the Kyles and Karens, we used to have consistently attractive characters in video games, like physically and personality wise. If you wanted a kind, caring woman, there was that.
Didn't our relationship prove that, Louis?
You died and left me! I have nothing to say to you!
I know. You have suffered. My death tied your consciousness to this place, but I want to help you, Louis. I want to free you from this cursed place forever.
Just leave me alone! You're already dead, Fabronia!
Louis, although my body is dead, I am still here with you. I am right beside you. There's no reason for you to suffer.
Or you wanted a strong, militant woman like Meryl from Metal Gear Solid. There was that.
Well, how about we just move in together then? Nope. Why? Is there something wrong with me?
No, I'd just rather do things my way. Johnny, marry me.
Huh?
I'll say it again. Marry me.
And for those who like a beautiful woman who can just strictly kick ass and look good at the same time, there was that. Like, there's Tifa Lockhart, a generational gaming sweetheart. Even people who've never played Final Fantasy VII know and love Tifa Lockhart. Whether it's for the way she fights or the way she looks or how she does both at the same damn time. And Ninja Gaiden 4 came out recently. My favorite Ninja Gaiden woman, who's a perfect example of this, is Momiji.
They just don't stop.
Although physical attraction is the finer point, the core of the concept is women used to naturally just have options in gaming, whether they wanted to wear a full heavy plate knight armor or actually wear the bikini armor. And even women who grew up on these games love these outfits until the Kyles had to come and try to blame everything on Karens. Like, oh, they don't want attractive women. Yeah, well, you don't want attractive women either. The issue with I was talking about the Kyles, is that they're like 15 plus year World of Warcraft MMO players. They never touched a console, barely, and they'll barely touched it in their lives. Their only concept of a woman in a game is a woman in bikini armor. The thing is, actual gamers, whether it's male or female, the player or the character, no one really cared about how sexualized the character was. Whether it was male or female, both male and females liked and appreciated the character. It looked like a hero. It looked like what they wanted him to be. That's why they picked up the game. Dead or Alive is my favorite fighting game of all time because of mechanically how it works. When things like Tekken and Street Fighter weren't innovating for like generations there, it was just slight graphical updates. Dead or Alive was improving on their system and making it better. But nobody but the fans themselves got to see that, because rather than seeing the mechanical ingenuity or playing the game to feel how great it is, it was an era of gaming when the Karens attacked. And I might be new to this content creation stuff, but I'm not new to this gamer stuff. Like, since before game journalism on the internet was even really a thing. Like, back when you found out the new game through Game Informer. Like, I've been in here, so I've been watching through this whole time, like through gaming news. So I can tell you with credibility what really stopped this game from popping off. Around this era is the era of what people know as the toxic Xbox community time.
Bullshit. The game cheat.
Nigga, the game ain't cheating.
Start the game over.
Why you always gotta cheat when you lose, Ed?
Let him have it. Not wise to upset a one slut.
Restart the game now.
It was bad. And that was mainly Call of Duty, Xbox Live. It was everywhere, but mainly Call of Duty, because it was a bunch of PC players who the only game they had was like Guild Wars 2 and World of Warcraft. So all they had was like those mini sprites from a bird's eye view, and the only thing they see is the special effects. So that's kind of how they got into the gaming space more prominently, through Call of Duty. And on the other side, you had the Karens. This was the first Gamergate, the official. I'm not gonna go into detail about that stupid. And Dead or Alive was a focal point in the game, in gaming, that allowed the Karens to co-opt the message of the women in the gaming sphere. Even they liked the physical attraction and appeal of the women in Dead or Alive. But even them as women, we're like, hey, come on now, these jiggle physics, I'm a woman, I got yitties, so even I'm saying this is a bit much. It's cool and all, but even it's a bit much. And even some guys were like, yeah, we like them too, but the way they do, it's a little much. And so by the time Dead or Alive 5 and 6 came around, they listened, they learned, they toned it down. And for those who wanted it, they allowed you to still have it in the game still. It got to a point where even at a demonstration, I can't find the clip. Well, I'm gonna still look for it, but if I can't find it, can't find it. But there were the two women showing off a game as like a E3 or a showcase does, and they were just talking about the game, how the fighting happens, and even they noticed like, oh, okay, these physics are pretty realistic. Like, hey, if this is what everybody is so cringe about the game for, like, this is actually pretty realistic. I'm trying to show the crowd like, hey, no bull, they're not doing that crazy stuff no more, so this can actually be a fighting game taken seriously. But nobody wanted to hear it by that point. They only had one thing in their mind, the Karens. It's like, these attractive video game women and their physics, it's a sin, it's a curse on humanity. And that clash with the Kyles, and these people are like the 10, 15 plus year World of Warcraft subscription players, finally introduced to 3D graphics in game as a conduit of their corn. Like, you can't take my physics away.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad!
So in between, the actual women of gaming, their message got drowned out, and so did the game, because of the two overwhelming loud, ignorant voices on both sides. All this in this day and age, ain't none of this new. It's just happening again. Now I'm just hoping we can point out and exclude the Kyles, just like the Karens, so the industry don't get any worse from this point on. Then hopefully we can get out all these bad actor streamers who know nothing of the medium. Like, they don't know the moments that gamers talked about that made gaming so great. The moments that the stories we shared from different campaigns, different challenges, different cheat codes, different runs, other than Grand Theft Auto and Mario 64. And unfortunately, we live in a time where the biggest voices in the streamer and gaming industry space are the most ignorant of the medium. They're on stream probably right now, probably got a video on YouTube, playing some remake of it. I didn't know this series was so good. I had heard of it. Exactly. You had heard of it, but you didn't play. You had heard of it, but you didn't hear stories of people playing it because you did not associate yourself with gamers. But they're probably preaching to a chat, acting like they know what they're talking about because they bullshitted their whole life. And it's these people's principles that are all like selective. It's convenient when it's needed for them. They're hypocrites. The people that have secluded themselves and deluded themselves into actually believing being an asshole is alright. They convince themselves they're terrible people and it's alright, and people just don't like them because it's the internet or something. Like, no, you're actually a shit person. Now, you may honestly have some redeeming qualities, but those don't overshadow how much of a shit person you are. And every actual normal person who's been in the medium, who's actually had social interactions enough to learn what actual people want and are able to communicate actual positives and negatives about characters, video games, and art in general. You know, without it just equating to this woman's yitties are too huge, or she's too scantily clad. Why is this woman's outfit is revealing? That makes everything about this game terrible and immoral. And I'm just like, well, surprise. There's well-endowed women in the world. Why are you hating? And I personally like me some big itties.
You need to leave.
And we gotta get the Kyles to understand. They won't, but we gotta at least tell them that not every woman in every game that should exist needs to have huge yitties or look like a corn star, like straight out.
What? Oh, hell no! Hell no! Whoa!
There are actually games out there for people like that, if that is their interest. It's just these Kyles, they just want it in the mainstream. They want every game, they want their corn games to be the mainstream games. And if it's not, they don't understand why. And anybody criticizing them is just like woke or something, because they literally have no acknowledgement, knowledge, or experience with women, people, or any of that. What's actually normal is crazy to them, but they'll convince themselves in their chats that everybody else is the crazy one and they're normal.
You lie! You lie! You're lying! Liar! Lies! The filthy earth boy lies! He lies! Lies! I was lying! You're lying! You're lying! Lies! Lies! When were the lies in?
Because they are so indulged in their own little bubble, in their own echo chamber, that they actually think they're right. They delude themselves. And their information isn't even based on research or facts. It's all what they see on their social media For You page or timeline, or what their mod video they send them. These people don't do any actual research themselves. They're fully incapable of it. It's too much brain work.
In the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
So, ultimately, these Karens and Kyles are just a result of that. And this game came out like decades ago. So the accumulation of stupid are in these PC players going to streaming, or these Karens, or these antisocial hermits that never wanted to be around people but all of a sudden think they understand people. Shit don't click in their head how stupid they sound because they have no information of relativity. They'll tell themselves they're a good person. They'll tell themselves they're a good friend.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best. And you got there all by yourself.
Every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
But at the end of the day, don't none of their friends particularly fuck with them. Like, they're not the friend people come to when they're in danger. They're not the friend somebody shares like a heartfelt moment with them. But that's why they use their chats to hype themselves up, because reality is showing them too much proof that they're fucked up, that they should take their own advice that they're trying to give other people. Life hands them so many factors and signs, but they're just too detached from reality for it to click. That's why in their head all they can do is get mad and try to say that something's woke's determinant, destroying shit, da 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 da. They'll use all this shit just so they don't have to face reality or take accountability for things they've said, because they'll say something and people will point out, hey, that's stupid or that's fucked up, and they'll go on a whole hype train of themselves like, no, everybody else is stupid, I'm the only one that's right.
Dumbass. Dumbasses. Dumbass. 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 Dumbasses.
It's just turned the gaming industry to a sad place. Well, anyway, I guess I went on long enough. I'll have to chop this down or whatever.